Hey everyone, this is Ellie Mae with Swift Creek Customs, and today I wanted to share etching on a stainless steel blank. This is a 2-inch round stainless steel blank. It's linked in the description below for the supplies that I have used. I'm setting that up on my cutting mat in the 2-inch section, and then I'm going to set the point of origin using the camera. I will have links in the description for additional information on how to set up your etch fill, as well as how to set the point of origin with your camera. So it is ready to go in the point of origin, and it's going to then start etching on my stainless steel blank. I have added an etch fill that's a cross-hatched pattern with a speed of 8, and this distance or spacing is 0.008. Did you know that there is a timer of sorts on the Siser Juliet and Romeo cutting machines? If you look in this video on the right-hand side on the touch screen, inside of the circle, there is a line that is going to go around. And when it gets to finished, it connects that line. So as you can see in the video, it is continuing. It really just tells you kind of where the point, it's about a quarter done here at this time in the video, but it gives you an idea of how long. So some of the etches that I've done have been 40 minutes to an hour in the etch time, and that just gives you kind of an idea of how the progress of your design is. And it also, if you mess up, it gives you the opportunity to decide if you want to scrap that project. If you're right at the very beginning, you might as well stop and reset and start over again. Every design you do is going to be different. The time it takes to etch is going to be determined by your design, your shape of your design, and the etch fill that you are adding onto that design. Both of those are going to be the factors that determine how long it's going to take to etch, as well as your speed. Keep in mind that faster is not always better, and I believe I have this as set up at a speed of an 8, which was just fine for me. The sound is also going to change depending on the material that you are etching on. Metal tip on a metal blank is going to be a lot louder than if you are etching on acrylic. You also want to keep in mind the sound is going to vary depending on your design and how that etch fill is in that design. For instance, if you have a shorter line and lots of shorter lines in smaller spaces, it's going to be a bit louder because your tool is going to be lifting and setting down a lot more than it does when it is in larger areas that it is etching. This design that you see here took about 40 minutes to complete the etch. That was at a speed of 8. And because I had a cross-hatched pattern, which meant that it had 2 different angles of etch fill design in that pattern. It was also a very small one, so it was a little bit loud in the process. Okay, here is a close-up look. This is the first etch I've done. This is on a stainless steel 2-inch metal blank. So this is right after it's finished. I again had the housing go to the top location of the design instead of return to origin, because then it wouldn't drag back. And that really just depends on your blank and if your mat is bowing at all. So hopefully we can solve that before you even start etching. But here is with the dust, if it'll focus. I haven't cleaned it yet, so I'm going to pull this off. But that is 2 layers with a cross-hatched pattern. And my force is 60. And I am using a 0.008 spacing. So now I've pulled it off, and I'm going to try and get this here. Stainless steel. Sounded not great as it was doing it, just because of the way the design was. It's a very tight fill pattern. And we'll see if we can see some tool marks here. It's hard to catch without the glare in my light above my head. So there is a look at that etching. It's a little bit off center, but not bad for a first go. Definitely worked. Etching on metal can give you different looks depending on your design and your etch fill and the lighting and camera angles as well. So here's a look at that etch. Then I took a second design and set it up in the software for my next test. And make sure you change out your cutting blade for the etching tool. Otherwise, you're going to ruin a blade tip like I did. So make sure to remember to do that. Complete 100% user error. This is the etch that completed after I swapped that tool out. It is before it is cleaned up, so it is a little rough here. And then there is the cleaned up version of that etch. And make sure to clean your etching tool tip often because debris is going to get on that. You want to make sure that it is the cleaned version before you go to start the next project. There's a look at the finished project. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.